Thanks, Steve, and our referee for this one, Paul McBlain. The Broncos from right to left on your screens for this first half. So Jason Smith on the bench to start the game is where it gets the first touch, and it's always a bit of a concern when the speedsters are sporting the bandages. He's got the knee strapped, the right knee. You make a dummy half. A dummy and then a switch back to the right with Dean Pay. McCracken is trailing through and Dean Pay has got there for Parramatta. That's a try for mine. And agreed upon by McBlain. Parramatta want to start. The Eels lead 4-0.
They've converted the pressure into points, and Dean Pay, he doesn't get many tries, but this is a beauty. Straight over the top of Alan Langer. Well, straight through Alan Langer. A very ordinary attempt by the champion halfback.
Style. Mitchell Heron. He takes probably longer than any kicker in the game. No matter where the kick is from. Heron's first one for the day is off the upright. The lead is just 4. Parramatta grappling and gets him to ground, just inside Parramatta's territory. Crossfield now. Walters, plenty of dummies there from Kevy. And now Lockyer inside with Renoff. Renoff passing back for Walters. Good exchange then for Lockyer inside the 40-metre line. And Lockyer has put the foot down, and who's going to stop him? No one can stop Darren Lockyer. Scintillating lead from one of the best fullbacks in the game. Brisbane have their first points.
And the Broncos doing what they do best, interchanging, keeping the ball alive. They just throw it around until someone finds himself in space. This time it was Darren Lockyer.
71% success rate from Lockyer. His left boot, the first one of the day, is unsuccessful to the side, so we are all locked up. 18 gone, and it's 4-all the Broncos and the Eels. Weston was around his legs, Raper over the top. And Plath away with Langer. There's the short kick from Alfie. And Alfie Langer special in a second. And now Renoff. Oh, he's been knocked out, I think. Renoff in competing for the football. He went straight down.
Well, Ian Heron is getting plenty of congratulations from the Parramatta teammate. Steve Renoff chasing through. He's a freak, isn't he, Alan Langer? He just put the little kick through. He did not get the bounce he wanted.
Renoff carrying him towards that sideline. The western side of the ground, and Lovell. He comes centre field. He's 20 years of age. And the second tackle on Lovell. This should give Heron a chance for a 2. Gordon Tallis, the player, penalised. He gives Paul McBlain the stare. 20 metres out. 11 in from touch. His second kick of the day. And this time Heron is on target. So the Eels are back in front here at ANZ Stadium. The last of the quarterfinals for this second weekend, and the Eels up by 2. Plath dummy half. On the right side. Kick forward from Walters. One hold up. Carriage is back. The maximum 11 metres. The in-goal area. Carriage has made an awful mess. Oh my goodness. Darren Smith has come through. I'm not prepared to say it's no try.
Well, I think Carriage has put the left arm down on it. And this could be extremely embarrassing. Let's have a look. Does he get downward pressure? There, yeah, that's enough. Just enough.
Yeah, I think the fingernails, not clipping them last weekend, helped him there. I'm sure Coach Brian Smith in the box had a couple of extra beats to the ticker at that stage too.
Yeah, I like the way Paul Carriage, he stood up and said, well, hang on, what's wrong? No problems. I've got my hand down on it.
He's got it there, there's no problem.
Well, I'll go on record as saying if he has forced it, that's the worst forcing of the football in goal from any fullback in the history of the game.
Now, why are we coming back?
They're trying to claim
a 20-metre restart. It's got to be a line drop out.
Oh. They're trying to throw a couple of jokers out of the pack that just aren't there. It's got to be a goal line restart.
Well, the man trying to drag him over was Kelly. He ended up closer to blocker than the field of play. And G pushing back there for Lockyer, off the deck there for Thorne. Only a fraction of a second from being ruled illegal as Thorne strides through. The support is to his right. He can't link up with the support. There was some interference on the way through on Kevin Walters. Ian Heron made the try-saving tackle. Now Langer, 10 metres out. He threads the kick through. Langer. Video referee has got a hefty job to do here. Lockyer's ended up with the ball in his arms, but it could be any one of 3 players who may have scored if in fact Parramatta haven't in fact forced it.
When he makes contact, it does appear as though he is onside.
Has he forced it is the next question.
Yeah, that's the next question. Let's have a look as it goes through. Raper getting down on it. Ryan contests. Ball comes loose.
I don't think a Lockyer tries out of the question yet either. I think Brian He's got side on the ball. Got downward pressure.
I tell you what, by that shot, it really does appear as though Lockyer and Raper have almost grounded the ball evenly between them. What chances do you reckon this is going to be referee's call?
Well, if that's the case, Wally, simultaneous is a try to Brisbane.
Well, if he's onside, Ryan has scored for mine. I think he gets downward pressure on him. I don't think Raper does.
The rule book says simultaneous grounding of the ball, it goes with the attacking side.
Well, there's no problem there, is there? No problem appeared to be whether he was onside or not. Toss the coin.
Video ref, Dennis Bagarina. No try is the call. Steve Roach, this is tense finals football. It is too close to call. It's not even a stage where next scorer you can say will win. Well, hang on a second, blocker, because Bella's passed. And Kelly is away for Parramatta. Kelly is going to outpace Lockyer. Oh, Kelly has scored. Steve Roach, I don't have to cross to you when they score. Try to the Eels, their second of the day. And superb speed, blistering speed from Kelly.
He's a good player, this kid. He's their leading try scorer this season. He's a strong defender, and he's got tremendous speed. Great work on the inside. What about the elusive work to put him away? And Darren Lockyer, he is no slouch in the speed department. Don't worry about that. Stuart Kelly, though, he had him matched, got on the outside. And this work here from Jason Bell, wrong-footed Tony Carroll completely. Got on the inside of Darren Smith. A lovely offload to Stuart Kelly, and he just put the ears back. He had a look to see where the defence was coming from. Lockyer was the man. This young State of Origin rep. He gets number 13 for the season. And that's a beauty.
Remarkable, Wally, how similar that try is to Lockyer's in the first half.
Yeah, exactly.
That's three in from touch. Chook Heron. Rare appearance in first grade. Such a crucial kick. It's swinging from Heron. It is there. Heron has found the mark. And the Eels have opened up the biggest break of the game. It is 12-4. Just under 17 minutes remaining on the clock. This quarter-final clash in the Sportstat final series. Simon has kicked it out on the full. Lockyer took plenty of care with a kick. The margin is a converted try here at ANZ Stadium. 16 remaining. Stay tuned for the finish. 12-6 to the Eels. Centre of the park, 20 metres out. Simon is directly behind the play of the ball. He's moved to the right. He's with it. Here it comes. Get set. John Simon for 1 point. And John Simon. Sterlo tells the story. He's successful. He's the best in the business when it comes to the one-pointers. Almost a second challenge, I thought, of Kevin Campion. I wouldn't have been surprised if there was a penalty. There's a pass up for Thorne. On the fingertips for Alfie. Then away, and they don't go to score. The Broncos have scored with Steve Renoff. He has scored so many in his career, yet that one is so critical. Lockyer from 20 metres out. It is wide of the post, across the face. 3-point ball game.
They get another set of 6, they don't get beaten.
Back to Simon, they're thinking another 1 point. Simon, deflection, and wide of the posts. The deflection almost knocked it over the crossbar.
It was played at, so it's a line dropout. That's a good result.
That was the one you were thinking of?
For Parramatta, I mean. And I think the rule these days, even if it is touched and goes through, it's still a...
That's 100% right, it's a field goal. They go for the short line dropout, the Broncos. And that is a penalty right in front. This isn't gamesmanship. This is the kicking style of Ian Heron from in front. Another 2. The Chook. I've got to say he's a much maligned player by many. Today he's in hero class. 15-10. Smith with it. He goes to ground as well. 5 metres inside his own half. 15 seconds on the clock. This is the last tackle.
And the only chance for the Broncos here is a charge down.
Simon's kick. They'll have one play, the Broncos. Lockyer fields it on his own 20. The minor premiers, the chip has been lost. Brisbane, they can't come up with it. That'll be full time. And Parramatta, they've done it again at ANZ Stadium. Twice in one season. And suddenly the Broncos go to sudden death. Full time, the Eels 15, the Broncos 10.